Hello, it's me again. Oh dear, it's falling around. Well, as per David's request, I will show you my server. And, whoops, I think I haven't plugged it in my monitor. Just a second. There we go. So, the point of this is not to show you my servers, as they are nothing new. They are in fact about 10 years old technology. But what I will show you is the sheer volume of sound that they produce. Because although you are able to hear something, in fact what you're hearing is just the power unit. This is what you're hearing right now. This is the state when the server is turned off. And now, for the moment of truth, I shall press the power button. Do be warned, this is very loud. Well, somewhere I had in my head a bit louder sound, but this itself is already very loud. And all this is just pulling air through so that it can cool down the system. Yes. For those interested, this is a good old CRT monitor, and on this server I am running OpenBSD, which with my friends' help we've managed to cram onto this server. It is currently running at a RAID 1+0, meaning we get the additional speed upgrades, but we also have the longevity. If a if a drive dies, the others can replace it without any loss of data. It does take a bit to boot up, but once it boots up, it is actually very fast. Because this server has 2 processors, and both of the processors have 2 cores, and each core runs at 3.2 gigahertz. You might see the monitor flicker a bit. That is because David set the frames per second on the video to 50 frames instead of 60 frames. God knows why. At least one of them. Now, as we can see, the system is booting up, and in fact it has finished booting up somewhat. It is reordering libraries, because you see, OpenBSD is one of the safest operating systems currently available, as to negate the attacks of the others, it rebuilds the kernel every time you turn on the machine. And not just the kernel, it rebuilds all of the libraries. But I believe I've made my point regarding the sheer volume of this machine. Fun fact, this is the Pro something from HP, 4th generation, and I also have additional 2 here, although one is a smaller version, and that one does adapt the sheer power of the fans to the actual consumption and need. And now this is This is what you see when you first log on to the system. It reminds you that you have new mail. That is because when we installed the system, I didn't read the mail. But it is very interesting and very powerful indeed. Well, that is it for me, at least for now. If you do want to see more of me, do tell David so.